name's Doug West, and I'm the Tone Lab Director here at Mesa Boogie. And I've been here 43 years, and I still love what I do. I started in 1983 working at Mesa Boogie, doing customer service. From there, Randy heard me playing one day and said, hey, why don't you test all the amps? It grew into a relationship that lasted 43 years and ended up being the Tone Lab Director here at Mesa Boogie. When Randy started, he first started repairing amps for artists and doing mods. So one of the first mods was just to boost the power in the amplifier, add more power tubes and a bigger transformer. But one day he took one of the modded amplifiers. Carlos Santana, a local guitar player, swung by the shop and he said, hey Carlos, plug into this. And next thing you know, he started wailing. And when he stopped playing, there was a crowd that had gathered and he said, shit man, that thing really boogies. In our 55 years being a company, we've been extremely lucky to be at the forefront of so many musical changes and shifts. First starting with Carlos and the Abraxas album. As he toured that album, Randy got orders from around the world overnight and he was shipping to 37 countries out of his house. Another thing that was special about Mesa Boogies in the very beginning was their looks, the aesthetic. At first he built snakeskin vinyl combos and heads, the first 6 of which were bass amplifiers, the Mesa 450 that he started building for his friend and then built a few more for local Bay Area artists. He didn't like the aftertaste of the vinyl wrapping, so one day he thought, oh, I'll just use a hardwood cabinet. So he did these beautiful dovetail joints and he took this old chair and cut it up and made a wicker cane grill. The rest is history. That became a super iconic boogie look. Other things that were special about the Boogies were first their compact size, the fact that they had all these features no other amplifier had had before, like graphic EQs on board, power switching, even channel switching, though it was crude and rudimentary. The Mark I's had channel switching in the form of an AB box with 2 cables coming out to it. It wasn't a perfect setup, but it allowed you to go between a clean and a dirty, although granted the dirty was quite a bit louder. Mesa's always been synonymous with innovation. It started with the high gain, cascading tube high gain preamp for Carlos and for Lee Michaels and all that. It continues today. So many features. Channel switching was the next in line after that high gain, and it just continued on for the entire time. Almost 2-3 nights a week, I'd be out showing amps to people. Just load up my pickup truck and drive wherever the shows were and unload them, wait at the backstage door, hand them a business card, and you know, everybody was really nice back then. And we started to get a lot of artists using our stuff. From the start, we've always had a real close connection with our customers and players. I remember many times coming to Randy with things that customers had told us, or myself being a customer would find and bring into work on Monday morning. It's like, hey Randy, we gotta fix this, or hey Randy, we gotta come up with a way to do that. And that continued on through the entire history of the company. Obviously starting with Carlos Santana, going through, say, Vivian Campbell with his request for more gain, all the way to today where we still respond to players' requests, players' ideas. We pride ourselves in being very much in touch with the street level and what players need and want. I guess one of my really memorable high points was working on the Mark II C+ with Randy. We started that when I was here only for maybe a year at the most. We dived into that really deep and we ended up creating something that has gone on for decades and gained status and popularity. So throughout the 80s, we kept refining the Mark series, eventually doing a Mark III, a Mark IV. Near the end of the 80s, we started to see musical styles and tastes changing a bit, and I noticed the shift was really occurring away from the American sounds and toward the modified British sounds. So I remember distinctly calling Randy one night from my hotel room and saying, Randy, we gotta do something different. And we ended up creating an amplifier that was really outrageous called the Dual Rectifier and its older brother, the Triple Rectifier. Those amplifiers became hugely popular, mainly thanks to grunge music, and the rectifiers became really important in that whole era and actually kept us in orders for 17 years, more than we ever could have imagined. In the mid-'80s, everybody seemed to be going rack crazy, and we saw a need for tighter packages that could be fit in the rack space format. So we started to work on several preamps, the Quad, the Studio, but my dream was always the Triaxis, which was our programmable preamp in one rack space that was a compendium of all Mesa Boogie sounds. Those amplifiers became hugely popular and became really important in that whole era. We didn't really know we were changing the whole scope of rock and roll, making it much heavier at the time. It seemed like the music was changing and morphing, and we felt like, whoa, we have a part in this. Not only do we have a responsibility in it, but we had to keep up with it. It was a very busy time for us all. But looking back, you know, it's probably one of the best things we ever did, because it opened up the company to an entire new set of fans that had nothing to do with our 70s and 80s success with folk rock first, and then session music in the early 80s, and then more heavier rock in the later 80s. We started to notice a shift in people's perception about Mesa Boogie. You know, we'd always been the friendly combo hippie amp, you know, boutique builder that built these cute little combos. It's really where we realized we had two identities, the Boogie and the Mesa Boogie, or Mesa Engineering, because we used the Mesa Engineering badge on the rectifiers, which was a purposeful decision to distance them from the Boogie amplifier. Fans who loved us in the 90s, some of them didn't even know where we came from. To them, it was Mesa Engineering. We had bands like Korn and Limp Bizkit and Linkin Park and Foo Fighters. It was a real blessing for us, because it really made Mesa grow. So now, all these years later, we're at the Mark VII. It's a compendium of all the Mark sounds built into one platform, and it's the most incredible amplifier I've ever heard, played, or been involved with creating. Our goal is to make it so that the products we're coming out with today are just as good as any that we've come out with the entire history of Mesa Boogie. The one thing that's never waned or changed all these years is the passion. We all have a deep passion for creating things, a deep passion for music, a deep passion for excellence. Randy demanded from day one that you come in with your best. You know, it was game on the whole time. It was tough sometimes, but it made all of us rise to people we never thought we'd become. So I'm super grateful for that, and his guidance and his high bar that he set every single day.